I feel like it already stopped, and people are turning their cars around and driving back, and I think they're going to have to come back to the lanes again. So this is my first time here at Lebanon Valley Dragway, here in West Lebanon, New York, and we've got a few technical difficulties. How you doing? The ladder for stock eliminator has been revised a couple of times now. So we did not run our first round of eliminations. I've never seen this happen since I've been racing. But there have been, we were notified that about 6 racers were in the wrong class, and they made all 3 qualifying runs in the wrong class. So that is a topic for debate on Tuesday. What should happen here? Because they're trying to get those racers in the correct class and let them race. But some are saying no, they were in the wrong class, they need to be disqualified and not be allowed to race.
Hey, how's it going?
All right. Oh, I didn't see this car here this weekend. Trevor and Mary Edmonds. This is Gregory Gay's car. Is this thing like a Cordova, Dodge Aspen? I don't know what it is, but I've raced against it before. GTL automatic. It's a pretty cool car. We are back to the Dodge. It's the Dodge Mirada, okay?
Yeah.
And here's Greg Gay. Greg owns the car out of Division 1, GTL automatic. And since we're in this little rain delay here, we're going to talk to Greg about the car. So, Greg, tell us a little bit about it. It's not a real, or it is. It does not have a VIN number, right?
It doesn't have a VIN number. It was a prototype car. I believe it was a test paint car. And it actually went to Bob Cousineau, who was a part of Direct Connection. And Bob started the car, and for whatever reason, he wasn't going to be able to finish it. And so the car went to Wes Leopold out of Pittsburgh. Wes raced it for a number of years. When I was racing stock eliminator, I used to go by and take a look at it. And so in '99, I won the Keystones in stock eliminator. And 1 month later, I had to move up to super stock. So I bought Wes's car. And the Miradas, just about every race, people come up and ask me. This race, a guy came up and asked me, what is this thing anyway? Because the Miradas, they sold them for 4 years, and there was only 6,500 of them produced. So nobody knows what the car is. Some people think it's a Magnum, but it's actually more in like the body, the chassis of like a Volare or an Aspen.
Right, I thought it was a Dodge Aspen when I first walked over. Can we take a look under the hood?
Yeah.
And you can tell us what kind of combination, since this is a GT super stock car, what engine combo are you running?
So I'm running the 1976 400, and it's rated, factory I think is 210, and it's rated at 290.
All right, and, so 1976, I'm assuming like a low compression type of deal here?
Yes, yeah. This is actually the motor that came in the car when I bought it from Wes. We've gone through it and freshened it up and everything, but I mean, this motor was probably built in the early 90s actually. And when I first bought the car, I ran it in super stock M automatic with a 318 in it. And Larry Moe did the heads and intake, and Don Little did the short block and dynoed it for me. And that motor needed freshening, and Don was kind of tied up, and so I freshened this motor myself and put it in. And even though that car, the motor was killer in class, you know, this is faster, and I'm not really very fast in the class, but I just have left the 400 in it.
Right. Oh, yeah. Excellent. Okay. So you've had success with this motor also.
I have, yeah. So I bought this car in 1999, and I could not win a race with this thing. I've got a runner-up at an IHRA national event. I've got 3 runners-up at our all-star races, 3 consecutive races here at Lebanon Valley. I went to the final and lost in the final. And then August to September of 2021, I won the race at Epping, the points race, and then ended up winning it again in 2022.
Right,
which
and
surprised even me.
that Epping points race was concluded at the Keystone Nationals in 2021.
It was, yes.
I watched you win it, and then I saw that second round I was paired up against you for the Keystones.
And first round I had to beat the world champion to
Brian
take and
Warner.
get to race you in the second
So
round. Yeah,
I was sweating bullets. Wow, that's great. So what kind of specs can you tell us about the engine here? Now in super stock with the valve sizes, and you're allowed to run any kind of cam that you want.
Yeah.
What are the valve sizes on this?
208 and 174.
And then what kind of carburetor do you have to run?
I got a thermal quad. There's a big one and a small one, and this is the bigger one. Yeah. It's a low compression, like maybe 8.7. It's really low compression.
What's the bore and stroke on this?
434 stock and 3.375 stroke.
All right, so it's nice to know the blueprinted specs. In stock and super stock, we have to follow the engine blueprints that the manufacturer submitted to NHRA back in the day, and sometimes those blueprints can be a little skewed, sometimes they're accurate, but in super stock, you are allowed to run any cam that you want, but you do have to follow the blueprinted valve sizes, blueprinted runner volumes, blueprinted chamber volumes. What's the chamber volume on this?
I don't really remember.
All right, that's okay.
I think it's around 81, but
it's a low compression motor. I'm assuming it's something pretty high.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you, Greg. We put you on the spot with all these blueprints here.
Yeah.
Wish you luck. Do you know you have to race first round?
Yeah, I got to race Jeff Rail, who actually, when I got this motor together, I had a terrible time getting the thing to run, and he straightened it out on his chassis dyno for me. So I got to thank him for that.
Danbury chassis dyno.
Yes.
Where do you come from, Greg?
North Walpole, New Hampshire.
Okay, so New Hampshire. So you're, I guess, not that far from here.
107 miles from here, 104 miles from Epping, right dead center.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Real quick, what kind of transmission and torque converter? We forgot to ask.
It's an ATI torque converter, and it's a ProTrans transmission.
Okay, is that about 8-inch torque converter from ATI?
Yeah.
Excellent. What kind of RPM do you run with the car?
Shifted around 7,300, cross finish line around 7,700.
Okay, and then rear and gear ratio?
I think I have a 538 in it right now.
And what kind of rear?
It's a Ford 9-inch.
Ford 9-inch, all right. You're allowed to change to a different brand rear in super stock, but not in stock eliminator. All right, Greg, thank you very much.
Thank you,
Good
Bobby.
luck to you, first round.
Appreciate it.
Just get another little shot in here. Inside the car.
It's got a chrome rear end if you want to take a picture of that.
Oh, well, let's look at the rear end too. Why not? We got nothing else to do right now. Coney shocks. And he's a deplorable. All right, we're still in the rain delay here, so we're checking out Joe Hertline on the right. Joe is the son, Bob is on the left. He's the father of this, Bob's the father of this 1967 super stock F-Automatic Camaro. I've seen this car ever since I've been racing. I've had to race against it a couple times, or at least once that I remember. Didn't end well for me. Thanks, Joe. But let's talk to them about the car. So Joe, we'll start with you. You're the driver. 67 Camaro. What's the engine combination in it?
It's the 396, 325 horse.
All right,
with
now
the cast iron heads.
With the cast iron heads.
Yep.
So what's that rated at?
363 horsepower.
363.
Yep.
Wow.
It's been beat up over the years, but still works for us. So.
All right. Now, Superstock F automatic.
Yep.
What's the index for that?
1045.
1045.
Yep.
And where have you qualified this
Here
weekend?
we qualified number 17. We went 70 under, so 973.
Okay, what kind of mile an hour do you run?
135 here, 136.
All right, now
Rough
that's,
numbers.
in my opinion, a great spot to be in Superstock. Kind of like middle of the pack there. If you're chasing or being chased, it's never by that much, right?
That's right. That's right. It's a good place to be.
Great place to be. So, Bob, you got this car in 1975?
Yep, 1975.
All right, now, Joe, let's hand Bob the microphone real quick for a second. I want to hear how much Bob paid for the car in 1975.
Bought it for $400 off a used car lot.
See that, Joe? We were born at the wrong time, weren't we? Like, this is ridiculous.
Unreal.
So,
Then we made it a Super H automatic car, and then I went to Super G automatic, and then now F.
all right, so moved around, but ever since you got it in 1975, you turned it right into a Superstock
Right.
car.
I got it done in 1977. That's when I first started racing it.
All right, so it took you a little while to get
Yep.
it done.
Yep.
Now it's an original 1968 Camaro.
68 car,
You
yep.
converted it to a 67
Yep.
because back then there was a different kind of weight break.
Right. You can only move upper class
Yeah. Now you can only move within one class.
in one class. Now they changed the rules. You can move up or down one class.
All right, so after you turned it into a 67, now in hindsight you could have left it as a 68 and taken advantage of the.
Yeah. Right. That's why I got it done. Yeah.
That's a shame. All right, let's take a look inside the car, Joe.
Yeah.
What kind of transmission and torque converter are you guys running?
Yeah, we run a turbo 350 with a ATI torque converter. And we got a trans brake in the car, but we leave off the foot brake.
All right, I like that better. Now, do you shift the car yourself or use an air shifter?
Air shifter. You know?
Boo.
Not like you, Bobby. You know? Only so many people can do that.
Now, is this all original, Bob? The interior here, aside from the seats?
Yeah.
I mean, the pedals look pretty OEM. Now, in Superstock, you have to retain, carpeting, some dash instruments. You don't have to keep a radio or air conditioning, but the vents have to still be in there.
Right.
It's just a clean car. Can we look under the hood?
Yep.
All right, who's got the microphone right now? Joe?
got it, yep.
Joe, who builds the engines for the car?
Build the John racing engines back home where we are. My dad does most of the assembly too.
And where is home for you guys?
We are in the Utica, New York area, so about 2 hours west of here.
Okay, now the 396, 325, any manifold allowed, intake manifold allowed in Superstock, but the carburetor has to be factory carb.
That's
What
right.
kind of carburetor are you guys running?
It's a 207 Quadrajet.
All right, now on the 396, you're running the steel head. Valve sizes got to retain, factory specs. What are the valve sizes?
What is it?
207 and 188.
207, 188.
Okay.
Yep.
Any camshaft lift and duration in Superstock. We have to follow blueprinted runner volumes
Exactly.
in
Yeah.
Superstock. You guys offhand know what the runner volumes would be?
What's it?
262
262 on the intake.
and Camaro exhaust.
And I've been putting people
They're
on
really
this.
small anyway, the exhaust.
I've been putting
Yeah.
people on the spot today with the tech specs. We
Yeah.
want to get more technical with these cars.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, any chance what the combustion chamber
So
volume is?
96.4. 96.4.
90.
Yep.
Wow, that's pretty big.
Yep.
Okay. All right, we like hearing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's good.
Thank you. So, what kind of rear in Superstock you're allowed to change rears? Do you guys run a Ford?
We run a Ford rear, 9-inch Ford, with a 4-link setup, and we ran a 12-bolt for some time, but we were changing gears all the time. So, the Ford's, I hate to say it, a little more reliable.
Yeah, well,
I know you can appreciate that being a Ford guy.
one thing that they did right, I guess.
Pete Z did the suspension work on the car.
Pete Z, yes.
Yep.
All right, let's take a look under the car. Are you willing to share what kind of gear ratio you guys run?
We run 67 gears, 567.
All right,
Yeah, we can.
let's take a look inside. Oh, two turbo star batteries, 16 volts. Nice big fuel pump you got there. What's this, about a 5-gallon cell? I
Yeah,
think?
5 gallons. Yep.
Now, car does nice wheelies. It lands nice too. What kind of shocks you guys running?
Yeah, we run Sandhuff shocks. We had a lot of help from Marty Reinhardt's performance to get us tuned up.
So you got sand huffs in the front end.
Front
of
and
that?
rear. Yep.
Yeah, it shows. You can really tell a car that's got standups on it. I
Yeah.
mean, I didn't have them for a while, and when I got them, it was like quite a game changer,
Yep.
for that matter.
I agree.
What kind of RPM do you normally turn with this?
Normally, or we're running through around 8,000, with just to kind of keep things
Okay.
under control.
What do you shift it at?
We shift around 7,000 roughly. Yeah.
All right.
Give
Sounds
or
good.
take a few.
You got a pretty large tire here too. That's a big footprint there. What do we got? 1432.
1432. Yep.
I guess that's about as.
You're on a radio also.
Yep.
So you can switch.
13.6 radio. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So if you want to pick up a little bit.
Trying to stay right where we are with the Via Supply, and it's happy there. So
I like it. That's a good strategy.
yeah.
Now you won the. What did you win? Cecil County Divisional.
Oh,
Recently, or?
I haven't won any. I've been runner up a few times, and looking for that first one.
All right.
So
Well, I'm sure it's coming
hopefully
soon.
this weekend.
Yeah. It's super stock. Sure, you can win all you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just when I get back, just
That's-
cool off a little bit,
I
will
hear
you?
you. I hear you.
All right. Joe and Bob, thanks for joining us. Do you know who you have to race?
Yes, Bob
Before we
Don. Yeah, first round.
Bob
So
Don.
he's got a Mustang.
That's the white Mustang right over
Yeah.
there. All right, so we got some reconnaissance going on. I saw you standing over there talking to him.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you, Bob and
thanks,
Joe,
Bobby.
for joining us.
Yep.
Good luck first
Take
round.
care. Yep.